Hi everyone. Now, if there's one thing that I think needs to be talked about besides the absolutely breathtaking game that it is about Clair Obscur Expedition 33, it is the absolutely abhorrent optimization for achievements. Now, I initially wasn't too fazed by having to defeat Simon in order to obtain all of the expedition journals to finish the game. I was complaining to my friend earlier this afternoon about how ridiculous bullshit of fight Simon is, and I will hold that against the game forever. It is a fight that is 100% taken a solid 1 or 2 marks off the game for me. Turned a game that was almost perfection in my eyes to something quite lesser, but I still absolutely adore the game, and it'd probably be like my second favorite game of all time. But the achievements are simply disgusting. I have just completed the Endless Tower to obtain the Clair music record, and that should have been my 33rd music record. Only it isn't, it's my 32. I missed the Letra A Mael one, why I say it like that, the Letra A Mael music record, which is supposedly unmissable, unskippable, but it isn't. It's not unskippable content. It is a music record that is only obtained through an optional dialogue scene between Verso and Mael at the fireplace, at the camp, when you check up on others at a specific time after killing the first Axon, which is usually the Master Keeper. Look, not okay with that. There was a missable record earlier on in the game, in the prologue, defeating that first mime, and I'm going to have to go through the game anyway, in New Game Plus, and just defeat all the mimes again, because I missed that one, but you can miss that one, the Lumiere music record, and you can go and pick it up later, from, I believe it was, I don't remember where it was, probably somewhere in Old Lumiere, if not somewhere else, but I'm looking at my screen right now, and you'll notice that I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Look at that. I'm definitely missing one record. The only missable record in the game. So what this forces you to do is go back through a whole New Game Plus cycle for missable content. And that wouldn't be a problem if you weren't forced into respecking Verso again, for obvious reasons. We're not going to get into spoilers here, there's no point. And going through all of the prologue stuff again, and skipping through all the cutscenes, because, I mean, you don't have to watch them all again anyway. But it forces you to redo it all. Now, I imagine that you'll be able to have your same overpowered builds anyway, so you'll just go through most of the early game bosses anyway, pretty quickly. But you still have to go and obtain all of the necessary bits and bobs for SGA's rocks in order to fly to get to the Endless Tower to begin with. To get the Clair music disc again after going through the Endless Tower all over again. And look, it wasn't that hard, but I don't want to have to sit through Painted Love again. I just did that. It's shit. It's just not fun. Just stacking virtuoso stands onto fucking Gamage and just doing it. It isn't fun. I don't know what to say. This pisses me off. I'll boot up the missing trophies here. Because I'm obviously going to have to do a New Game Plus cycle anyway. I've come to terms with that. I'm fine with that. I love this game. Reach level 99, I'll have that within this cycle. Find all the journals, I'll have that within this cycle. Defeat the mime in Lumiere will require me to go back to... I've heard that is, you gotta defeat all mimes, but maybe it's not. So maybe it's just at the start of the New Game Plus I've got that done. Then the next one's beat Simon. Look, I'll get there eventually. And then beat the Serpent Fair, which I'll also get in this playthrough. That forces me to elementally, foundationally, go through the whole game for one music disc, because collectibles disappear. I should have said that earlier. I've blubbered on for 5 minutes about this. Fucking collectibles disappear, which means I have to go back and get each individual music disc again. At the very least, the game could just save collectibles that you've already got from one game cycle to another, because this is absolutely insufferable for players. Sandfall, you've delivered this almost flawless product in my eyes. There's a couple bugs here and there, but most of all, I've found it okay. And I'm on PlayStation 5, I'm not here able to save scum shit to go and pick up the thing that I missed. You should not have missable items like this locked behind they shouldn't have missables at all. And I'm lucky that I had the old key to get the journal from the Survivor in Old Lumiere. Some people have to go through and do that for the journals as well as the music discs, and maybe that gives you more reason to replay the game. That's more replayability there, but this is genuinely not only upsetting, hugely disappointing. Do better. Just do better with your game design. Simon is another great example. That's just some From Software level piss poor boss design. It's not fun. It's just obnoxious, insufferable, like I said about this. But I'd rather fight an absolutely brain dead boss than have to go through a whole new game plus cycle, which I'm gonna do anyway, but just to get the music discs. It's gonna make me look like I've played 15 extra hours and then hit 100% when I technically had it almost now. Well, it's probably gonna take me another 10 hours to kill Simon anyway, but yeah. Just me ranting about this because not everything is perfect, obviously. Not all of us have a perfect break, unlike Verso in his skill tree. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you, San, for this game. But hopefully we do better in the future. Bye-bye.